Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck. I'm a parenting expert and author, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how to discipline someone else's kid. We've all been there. We've noticed someone else's child needs some correcting, and we are the adult in charge. And so what do we do about it? We can't appeal to their parents right in the minute. We have to handle it. How do we correct them in a way that we know their parents would be okay with and that we'll feel good about afterward too? I had a mother tell me just today, I need help knowing how to correct other people's children because it's one of the most difficult things that I deal with. Well, let's talk about what to do with that. There are two aspects that we need to consider. Number one, we've got to consider, should you correct the child? There's only certain circumstances where you should, and then there might be certain circumstances when you shouldn't. And then how to, if you feel like you should. So let's talk about those two things. If you can answer yes to these 4 questions, then you probably should correct the child that needs correcting. But if you answer no to any of these 4 questions, then you probably shouldn't. Question number 1 is, do you understand the role of an adult in the life of a child? What does that mean, your role in their life? You are supposed to be a teacher. You're not supposed to be somebody who instills fear in them. That's not really the role of an adult. Can you teach them? Do you see that as who you are in the situation? Number 2, are you calm? If you're not calm, you should not correct someone else's child. That will get you in trouble every time. Number 3, do you have the skills you need? If the answer is yes, then probably you're going to be able to correct this child. Do you know how to correct a child with calmness and help them maintain calmness at the same time? Do you know how to show love and understanding for somebody else's child? If so, then you're probably going to be okay. There are certain skills that I use when I'm correcting my own children. There's 5 different parenting styles that I use. Well, I can use all 5 of these parenting styles with somebody else's child as well. There's just a few modifications that I need to make. So do you have a plan? Do you have skills to back you up? I hope so. Number 4, do you care? I hope you do. Because if you care about the child, then that's going to come through in the correction that you need to make. But if you're just angry and frustrated at the child, if you have emotionally and psychologically disconnected from them, you're probably not the right person to do the correcting. You'll say something or do something that will make things worse, not better. So be sure to care about the other person, not just about your stuff, your house, your family. You do need to care about your family and protect your own belongings and your own people that you live with. Of course, that's your stewardship, but we can do it in a caring way too. Before I get to how to correct another person's child, leave me a comment about what types of behaviors that have happened on your watch when you've been with other people's children that you've had to correct. Put a comment down below. I'd love to see what kinds of things you're dealing with. All right, so how do we correct or discipline somebody else's child? Well, step number 1 is pre-teaching. So you need to pre-teach the child that you have stewardship over how you will correct them. You also need to pre-teach them what's expected. What skills do they need to know? Do they need to know how to follow instructions from you, how to accept no answers, how to disagree with you if they need to disagree? Then you need to teach them those skills. Also, you need to teach them the skills for how you will correct them if something goes wrong. Tell them the exact words that you will use. In fact, we don't want to just stop at pre-teaching the child. We want to also pre-teach their parents. Now, there's wisdom in that. You pre-teach their parents, then afterward, when you have to talk about something that's happened, they already know how you handled it. It makes them feel safe and comfortable when you are teaching them what you will do should something occur. Then they can mentally prepare to support you, which is what you want them to do. The second thing that you want to do is to describe instead of react. So when they do something that's wrong, describe what happened instead of reacting emotionally to what occurred. That's super important. If you can describe what occurred, then you've started your teaching moment off really good. The third thing that you should do is give a rationale. After you have described what they did that was wrong, then tell them why that wasn't a good choice, or what effects they are seeing because of that decision that they made or that behavior that they had. They need to know why it wasn't a good choice. This is going to help them choose not to do it in the future. Step number 4 is to describe what they should have done. So I say to them, what you should have done was, you should have looked right at me, kept a calm face, voice, and body, said, okay, or asked to disagree appropriately if you needed to, and then gone and taken your shoes to the front door and then come and check back. Now, obviously, that's a little thing. Maybe you're also going to be correcting something like hitting someone else or climbing on the furniture. Then maybe you would be correcting and using the steps for accepting a no answer. I just shared the steps to following instructions. There are 4 different skills that we teach, and those are 2 of them. So describe what they should have done. Number 5, have them earn a consequence. Now, this is the part that people wonder. Can I have another person's child earn a negative consequence? Sure, especially if you told them ahead of time what those negative consequences would be. I have a really good friend who's been learning teaching self-government from me for years, and she led a scout group in her home, and she said, I just told all the parents and all the scouts ahead of time, I pre-taught them that if they did not follow instructions and accept no answers in my home when they were there for that 1 hour, that then they would get the opportunity to earn an extra chore. And so I have things on hand for my little scout group so that they can wash off pieces of window, or they can pick up a few things. She said, I just have things ready in case they need it. And I thought, good for her. And she's had no pushback from the scouts or from their parents because she told them ahead of time that she would be using extra chores. Now, if you start to take personal possessions away from somebody, or you start to lock them in a room or hit them, those are obviously not good discipline tactics. And we shouldn't even be using those things for our own children. Why would we use them for anyone else? So in my family, we use extra chores because work is the antidote for a sick character, and because a person gets the opportunity to accept their negative consequence, which is vital for learning self-government. And I am, after all, trying to help all my children learn self-government and to master themselves. So tell the children ahead of time they will get the opportunity to earn an extra chore, and then have some small extra chores in mind that you can use if that child or any of your own children happen to need to earn an extra chore for a negative consequence. Number 6, let all the emotion go and just bond. So after you have told them what happened, why it wasn't a good idea, what they should have done, and given them the opportunity to earn their extra chore, even if they're not done with their extra chore, you just let the whole experience go. It didn't happen now. I mean, you can still praise them when they accomplish their extra chore and they come and report back to you, which would be proper if they have learned how to accept a consequence. But don't think about it anymore. That experience is past. Let that child move on, and you move on too. This step is probably the most difficult because some parents really take it personally that someone else's child did something to their child, or did something at their house, or showed such disrespect, or didn't say please and thank you, or whatever it happens to be. But we can't do that. They're children. They're learning. That's what childhood is all about. So be the adult, be the teacher, be supportive, be caring, let it go. Move on, and if it happens again 20 minutes later, then do a correction again. No problem. If you've liked this video all about correcting somebody else's child, I'm pretty sure that you're going to love my next video, which is how does parenting style influence child development and behavior. Click on that video now, and you'll be able to learn more things that you can use to help your own children as well as other people's.